And for some reason, I can't find the button to start sharing. So, we all have our challenges. Let's see, we'll try this one. There we go. Okay. I worked on something this week that sort of like had a steady trickle of requests, from last year. No major urgency, but felt important to me. So I was like, well, let's see if we can get this started. So um, what you see here is I've just got our basic model. I've created a, a plain old cache policy called Buster with a max cache age arbitrary number. And then I've set that as the default cache policy for my model. Um, and then other things to note about my model is just I've added this one dimension to the user's view called now, which you can see is just SQL now. I'm going to go ahead and create a new analysis. And I'm going to jump into the user's view, and I'm going to add the field now. We'll make this a chart so that you can actually see it. And I'm going to go ahead and add another query. Really exciting here. We're going to select now and run that. You can see this actually ran from cache, probably because it's got the same SQL as something else that I just ran. But the point is that it hit the cache, and if I run it again, I hit the cache. And same thing over here. Run this again, I hit the cache. You can see the time didn't change. So now I'm going to jump over to Postman, which is just an API client. And I've added this new API. That's my daughter having a bounce over there. We've got this new API called cache reset. And I'm just going to hit this API. I'm not going to include the reset at. So if I don't include this parameter here in the post body, it'll just reset the cache expiration time to right now. So I'm going to go ahead and send this API request. You can see that I got a response back that I've reset that particular cache policy to be reset at this is right now. And now if I jump back over here and I rerun this guy, you can see that the time changed and everybody's happy. If I run it again, of course, now it hit the cache because I just ran it since the cache happened. And then if you actually wanted to restore some old cached content, you could actually reset the cache at a previous time in the past. And you can see that updated that cache policy. And now if I run again, I actually haven't tested this, but it should. Am I doing this backwards? Oh yeah, I would have expected that to hit the cache. But anyway, you see where this is going. We now have an API to reset the cache. I still have plenty of tests to write. Hopefully we'll be able to get those done maybe next week while we're in Cabo, but if not, certainly the following week, this will be in production. And then building on top of this, we should be able to layer in trigger checking so that it's not just API based, but you can have a trigger to say, hey, has something changed in the database? So I should reset the cache. And then also tie in things like, hey, when this cache policy resets, let's base some scheduled sends, some content sends on the cache policy resetting. So this is kind of the starting point of getting our cache policies to be a little bit more powerful.